JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. Truly one of the most bizarre anime slash manga out there. Literally, the only thing that comes close to competing with it is probably Baki. And honestly, I refuse to believe that this was written by sober men. Nah, there just ain't no way. I actually can't believe it. And before we even go into this video, let's just take a moment to appreciate what's actually going on in this clip. Because this is the ultimate sneak skill, the human eclipse. A move like this can only be accessed by equipping Ninja Pro, but also having sneak to be beyond 100. And also it only exists in Baki. Anyway, JoJo's Bizarre Adventure is mainly action, adventure, drama, thriller, you know, the usual shonen stuff. And every part in JoJo's has a different theme, a different setting to go along with it. For example, in part 1, Dio gets adopted, and then he decides to be a dick to the entire family that adopted him. Between what he did to Jonathan's dog, yeah, no, that was probably the most savage thing he did in that entire part. And then he tries to poison his adoptive father and then turns into a vampire because JoJo's. And then part 3 is Dio being a dick to the entire Joestar generation, so they travel from Japan to Egypt to jump his ass, and even then he almost pulls an Uno reverse card on them. Truly an inspiration for all the haters in the world. No spoilers, by the way, I won't spoil it. But even part 7 of JoJo's, it goes from a normal race, or as normal as JoJo's can be, into collecting Jesus's body parts, almost exactly like how we collect Dragon Balls. But yeah, I'm just gonna leave it at that. It's not called JoJo's Bizarre Adventure for no reason. This is probably my favorite part in JoJo's, and because I've not read the rest, I'm just not gonna comment on it. But yeah, like I said, just a random Tuesday in the land of shonen anime. However, the thing is, JoJo's, and to an even greater extent Baki, have become the funniest anime to grace our planet, and I'm confident in saying they weren't even meant to be like that. Somehow, this is funnier than like 90% of comedy anime out there, and it's mostly unintentional. I mean, at least I think it's unintentional. These shows aren't written with comedy as a focal point, maybe except for part 2 JoJo's, but that's literally Joseph just being a dick to everyone he fights against anyway. The point is, because both of these anime and manga are just so over the top at what they do, it consistently gets a small chuckle out of me. Don't get me wrong though, I'm not struggling to breathe like how I was that one time in One Piece where this joke man was writing this arc based on spooky stuff, but then it turns out to be the funniest arc in that show. Bro, just look at this dude, bro. Why did he push the zombies back into the grave? Just remembering that the fact that this guy did this just makes me laugh so much. But this is supposed to be funny. Yujiro Hanma cooking up a nothing burger for his son as a way of having normal father-son time is not supposed to be funny. But I get it now, because this guy is actually a crackhead, and I mean that with respect. It's the sheer absurdity of what's actually going on that gets me. Because all this started when they're eating dinner, and I mean real dinner, not some make-believe fairy tale shit like what they end up doing at the end. Nah, this is real. There's actual meat and bones to this. But of course, a full meal in the Hanma family consists of the appetizer, the main dish, and these fucking hands. So after a bit of back and forth, you know, Baki kind of starts imitating a dinosaur, like a triceratops, innit? You know, to bring out the power of the strongest creature in the history of this planet, right? Yujiro obviously is intrigued, so he wants to be fair, which he does. And after he does that, do you know what his response is? So he starts posing, and he calls out Baki for imitating the real thing, because apparently a dinosaur isn't the strongest creature in this planet. Like, what could possibly be stronger than a dinosaur? How is a dinosaur gonna be an imitation? Well, he gets into position to bring out the power of the strongest creature in the history of this planet. Get this, it's not another dinosaur, not even some sort of stand, no illusion, nothing. It's just him. It's Yujiro Hanma himself. He is the strongest creature in this planet. My man says nothing that has ever lived is stronger than this, and then he starts flexing. At this point, I'm losing it, right? But then Baki turns into a smart ass and starts preaching philosophy, and he's like, oh, a form's value isn't judged by how it looks. Of course, Yujiro is not amused. Man's just mocking him, and bam, Baki just folds him in one hit. He goes down. And then he starts crying because he got praised by his dad for doing that. Right? And all Yujiro wants to do at this moment is just to pat his head in it, which Baki declines. And then he does it anyway. And this was just the beginning of this. I don't want to spoil this entire fight, but just know, we went from eating a tangible dinner to making shit up just like that. And the crazy part is somehow these guys know what he's cooking. Nah, this is peak comedy, unintentional comedy right here. You can't get anything better than this, to be honest. And then we got JoJo's Bizarre Adventure Part 2. You know how vampires have this one small weakness? You know, this one tiny problem. Let me introduce you to Perfect Cars. He's kind of like a vampire, but he's conquered the sun. And that basically means it should be game over for everyone involved. But this is JoJo's. And the crazy part is that the following event is so ridiculous, even the narrator has to step in and explain this shit to us. So what ends up happening is, you know, they start fighting and then blah blah blah, and then he starts having a flashback, which is normal, but nah. Behold the turn of events in this fight. So after he hits the stone, it amplifies the Hamon power that causes a volcano that for some reason they're fighting on top of to explode. In JoJo terms, this is maybe like a Friday evening. Anyway, they do get blasted off. But did you really think that a mere eruption would be enough to stop the almighty cars? was the ultimate life form? I didn't think so. As per usual Friday evenings, Cars just kinda creates wings, cause you know, he's the ultimate life form. But as expected from Mother Nature indeed, Earth herself did not want shit to do with the ultimate life form inside her, which causes Joseph's severed hand to get yeeted perfectly into the throat of the ultimate life form. How convenient. And it was at this moment that the ultimate life form fucked up, because once Joseph used Taunt, it was game. It was super effective. It was so effective, it changed the fate, the destiny of the ultimate life form, because Mother Nature once again came back at it with the impeccable timing for the assist. And of course, Cars just can't believe it. The ultimate life form is left speechless. The fucking planets aligned perfectly for this shit to happen, and because of that, he's stuck in space. Yup, that is comedy without comedy. I don't know if that made sense, but you get the point. There were so many moments that I could have used. For example, the Stardust Crusaders versus the Sun, which even sounds crazy out of context. And the whole Looney Tunes season that was the prisoner arc in Baki. But these are just what stood out to me when I think of unintentionally funny things in anime. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. And if you did, don't forget to hit that subscribe button, and I'll catch you in another one. Bye.